Ben Damon, you've seen a lot of fights. You've now seen Jai Opetaia and Breidis face off. What do you make of this fight?
It's an incredible fight, isn't it? We've got Breidis, who is unquestionably the best cruiserweight in the world right now, and really one of the best that we've ever seen, because he has been there and done that against the very best of his time, and went the distance with Alexander Usyk in a fight where he won plenty of rounds as well. So he's a high-quality international opponent. He's come here with that steely determination, sort of have that air about him, doesn't he? That he thinks he's a bit better than all of this. He thinks he's better than Jai Opetaia, and he's just here to come and get through him quite easily. That's the feeling you get from him. But Jai is speaking very differently to we've ever heard him before. He's so confident, he's so driven, and he really has been waiting for this moment for a long time and working really hard for it. So it's a fascinating fight between someone at the very top of the tree and someone who desperately wants to get there.
It seems like it's the young lion versus the crafty old lion. Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think so. It's also, you've got the crafty boxer in Jai Opetaia against someone who, on his day, is willing to fight any different which way. You never know what you're going to get when you watch Breidis fight. Sometimes he's out there trying to destroy people, sometimes he's happy to box, but always he's a brute, he's very strong, he's powerful, and more often than not he knocks them out. And those shots can come from anywhere. He punches so well to the body. He's got a beautiful overhand right that he uses sparingly. He's got really every string to his bow. The only question mark is the fact that he is so experienced. He's 37 years of age. Maybe he's slowed down just a touch. Maybe Jai Opetaia is a little bit better than what he and his team think. And those are the things that could play towards the Australian. But he deserves to go in the underdog, no doubt, Opetaia, because he's not faced the level of opposition. He's not done the sorts of things that Breidis has done, but he gets his chance, and that's a beautiful thing in boxing. So hopefully he can acquit himself as best he can.
You've seen a lot of fights. This has been a monster week in Australian boxing and international boxing. How excited is The Voice to see this fight?
Yeah, it's a very exciting fight, because we get to see an Australian that we've followed for such a long time. He qualified for the Olympics when he was a child in 2012. I covered those Olympic Games as well in London, and it was really the start of his journey into the public consciousness in Australia. And ever since then, 11 years ago, we've sort of followed him, haven't we? We've seen just how good he is. Everyone in the sport really has said how talented he is, but now finally he gets his opportunity to show us just how good a boxer he truly is against someone who we already know is outstanding. So yeah, I'm very excited to call this one.
Fellow commentator Jeff Fennick gave massive raps to Jai Opetaia. When the GOAT says something like that, how should everybody be listening?
Oh, most certainly. Anything that Jeff Fennick says about anyone in boxing, you have to listen to. And he's been saying those things about Jai for a long time. He saw him when he was a child, when he was an amateur and heading to the Olympics, and when he got back as well. And he trained him for a period. And he's always had huge opinions of what Opetaia has and can have. So, yeah, when Jeff speaks, you listen. And he gives him a really good chance, as we all do. And I think that for myself, I really started to talk myself into the chances of Jai winning when I went and saw him spar against David Light last week and interviewed him afterwards. I've just never heard him speak like that. I've never heard him so forthright. He's usually not that interested in talking and doesn't give you a great deal, even though he is an interesting guy. But on that occasion last week, he was saying, it is my time. I've worked hard for this and I am going to win this fight. He doesn't want it as much as I do. It's exactly what you want to hear someone saying before a fight like this. It doesn't mean he wins it, but it convinced me that he's a very, very good chance against someone who is exceptional.